everybody, welcome, welcome. I'm happy to have you as I'm scooting up my chair so I'm close to my work here. Happy to have you join me in my craft room today and into the new year. I am working on, I've got this goal of building up my 2022 stash. I'm kind of just in the mood for making some embellishments and some cool things to have on hand so that as I'm crafting, it just makes the process so much easier when I can just grab something that is prepared and put it into a journal or add it to maybe an envelope or a page or a pocket, and it just gives you a jump start. So I wanted to show you what I'm up to next. So the last time we got together, in the last video, I made a bunch of die cuts for my stash to build that up and have at the ready. What I'm working on now is some clusters. So I finished these clusters, and I also got these cluster bases going. I just started pulling scraps out of my scrap stash. I've got my jar of fabric scraps and my lace scraps and paper scraps and cardstock scraps all out and at the ready so that I could just sit at the sewing machine and put things on top of each other and stitch them together. So that's what gave me a start on these. Here's this one too. These, I was inspired by something I picked up at a thrift store. I don't know even what this is. It's not really a burlap because it's this open weave. I don't know. Help me out. Put something in the comments for me and telling me what on earth this stuff even is. I don't know what its initial intent is. Let me get this rubber band off, and I'm just going to cut off a chunk so we can use some of this. It's like a mesh. I have some mesh that is a pink color, but it's kind of like a ribbon width, maybe 2 inches wide on a spool. This appears to be different. Even that mesh that I have is a tighter weave than this is. This is really loose. So I'm not sure what it was meant for, but when I saw it at the thrift store, I immediately knew it was going to be fun to play with. And so I snatched it. But look at, I've got whatever this is for days to come. But look at the fun things that I've made already with it. This I actually backed onto, we have a river birch tree in our front yard, and every once in a while after the wind is blown, because the birds like digging in between the bark for, I suppose, bugs and things. I don't know what woodpeckers and things dig in there for. But I find these pieces of river birch bark on the lawn, and I picked one up that blew right by the front door as I was letting the dogs out. So I grabbed it and I used that as a base and layered it. But look at, they just make the coolest things. So let's set our examples aside and let's make a couple. I like to do varying sizes. I'll make a smaller one, a medium-sized one a little bigger still. And let's make a couple skinny ones. Yeah, this is like, I don't know if it's treated with something that kind of holds it together. It doesn't feel waxy. I don't know, but it's cool stuff. I could even, come on, layer something like this on here, and then you can see the stitching through that. One thing I did find, I did try stitching this stuff before, and in order to stitch with it, I'd have to have it sandwiched in between a couple of things, my sewing machine, just the feed dogs were grabbing it. It did not go well. It clearly did not like it. So actually I had this one out that I was playing with before. I could sandwich this. Or do I like the darker one in the back? I do. I like it. And then what I also like to do is to ink the pieces just to make them stand out a little bit. Not a step you have to do. So what I'm going to do, if you'll bear with me a second, is I'm just going to take this over to the sewing machine and then I'll come back. So there's another little base using, it worked perfectly fine once I had it sandwiched in there. It just doesn't want to be at the top or the bottom of it. But let's throw together a couple of other ones here. We could go like this and we could maybe put some fabric on it. Let's rip this off. I'll save this one for that, but that's cute and really vintage looking, isn't it? Let's see if I can layer it with something else. This is interesting to put a little tulle, but it just kind of gets washed out. Go with that and that. And I might not even ink the backing of that one. I feel like it needs a little something else. Ooh, let's put this behind it. Yep. Just a little something else. I'm going to zigzag stitch this one real quick. Sometimes I glue them down to hold them in place. Sometimes I just kind of wing it. And I can always trim off the ends if I want to. So these are just fun. I might just leave that. Fun bases then to work with. So let's take some of these. I'm not going to put you through doing them all, but let's take some of these and do some embellishing. I have a box of ephemera. It's just full of there's some Tim Holtz things in here. There's some little things I've cut out of anything, really. This is just a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff in here. A lot of these book pages with music notes. That's kind of cool. What else is in here? In the box of goodness. Oh, this is in here. That's kind of cool. I might use that. So let's see. Let's ink around this. I already had this put together, obviously, for something. I don't remember what even. But I like that together, and I like it with this. I think that's just what I'm going to do. buried my glue in all of my mess on my desk. Or do I like the back of this? Which is more interesting to me. That way or that way? I think I like it this way. Stick with what I originally had. I'm just going to flip it to the other side. So if you are new to either paper crafting, making junk journals, mass media, save your scraps, because everything that I'm working with here today is all scraps. And they come in handy. Yes, eventually sometimes it gets to a point where I've got so many scraps and I'm saving. I had to tell myself earlier to throw away a piece that size because I was bordering on the ridiculous. But you'd be surprised. Now, honestly, this piece I could clip out a hole enforcement. There. See, now I've got a cute little layered piece to put on anything. So that's one. I'll put him aside, or her. Maybe it's a her. This one I'm going to leave the threads on it. I like that. And then what might I like to put with it? I've got some, let's see, this is a little bin of paper flowers that I have. I've not used these yet. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Don't know how I feel about that. I just thought these would go so well with this. Ooh, I need greenery. I need greenery. But I have some other greenery. Thinking. Got these cute little delicate leaves. And then I can get out. Looking for my green dauber. There it is. And my green ink. I don't want the whole thing green. I just want to. There. That's cool. I have to blow it dry. And you know what? I'm going to tamper this green leaf down a little bit. He's a little too bright for me. Maybe do a little to the flower too. It's just a little pristine for my style. Yeah, it doesn't look so flat then. It gives it a little dimension. There. I like that better. And then let's take our little leaf here. And let's layer the leaf. Oh gosh, see, that was so simple, but so cute. Do I want to put it there though, or do I want to put it up here among the thread? That's another possibility. I can't grab a hold of the leaf. There we go. Oh, that's the ticket. That is the ticket for sure. Just gluing the leaves down. And then I'll glue this. The glue I have here for this is the art glitter glue, because these flowers are just, they're just paper. And there we have it. See, that doesn't take much. It's just all it needed. I can pop these up if I want it to have even more dimension. Cute. Okay. See, these are so quick and so fun. Let's do one more like this. What to put on this? Maybe a bird? See what we have for birds. I don't like the red. That's a little evasive. We could put this sideways. That's kind of cute with the little baby birds. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I'm sold on that one. Here, let's just see what I'm digging through. Looking for something with a little bit of bluish purplish in it. Look at that fat little guy. He's too big. He's too plumpy. Certainly is cute though. We'll just save him for another project. I'm not feeling that one. Some kind of a swallow. Ooh. Let's put him, and then I'm bothered by the fact that he doesn't have legs. I don't know why. So what I'm gonna do to remedy that is I'm gonna grab a label of some sort. Do I like that one? These labels I've used over and over. You've seen me use them a million times. They're from Gifts and Things. There, I like that better. Ties in with the stitching a little more nicely. So I'll get my Fabri-Tac out. And when you're putting together things like this, don't go out and buy something. The birds that I have here, oh, I didn't need to put the glue all the way down. Oh well. The birds that I have here are just things that I've cut out of books. And the labels, of course, are from digitals. The fabric are fabric scraps. The papers, paper scraps. So you don't have to make more of it than what it is. And you saw my box of mixed anything ephemera. A lot of that stuff are honestly, labels that fall off of things. This was an old receipt that was stuck in something, and I kept it because it tickled my fancy. What else is in here? Things off of greeting cards and things people give me. The packaging from seam binding. Oh, this piece here is interesting. This fell off of something in our house, some kind of piece of equipment or something, and it was laying on the floor, and I picked it up and I thought, oh, I kind of like the color and the typeface, so I kept it. So that'll go on something. So this is still drying, so I'm going to set that upside down, but that's really all it needs. Let's take one of these again. Let's use a square one because I have these square bird images that were from a teeny tiny bird book. Let's use this one. And I thought these would be kind of cute. Let's see. Going to bring it down, take it down a notch, ink it up a little bit, age it. I don't know where I got this little teeny tiny bird book, but I took it apart, probably at a thrift store. Whoops, don't want to put the birds on upside down, but I think I'll do that. Let's look through the fabric pieces. I kind of like the yellow. It brings out the gold of the birds. Let's just grab a smidge of this. I like that it's all crinkled up. And then this can go on there. Want this in a little bit, so I can see this sticking out. And then I'm feeling like I want a little something else. What do I want that something else to be? Let's see. Let's grab, ooh, I know. I've abused these scissors and they're not even working well anymore. So usually there's a rule of 3, but sometimes when I'm doing this, I don't consider the base as a piece of the 3. It's kind of like, here's the bottom and I'll put 3 things on top. I don't know, but to me it's not a hard and fast rule. I just build the layers until I have something that's pleasing to me. Just turning it upside down because I don't want it to stick to my paper there. All right. I could even do this. Which one do I want, guys? I might want this. No. Stick with you. Quit changing your mind, Lisa. You're overthinking. Just do it. Filming this on Sunday evening. Back to work tomorrow. It's been so wonderful though, having the time off and time spent with hubby, and not that we're not together every day, but it's just nice having the holidays. I want to thank all of you for subscribing. I've got so many new subscribers that have joined Junk Journal Gems in 2021, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate those of you who have been following me on Instagram, supporting my Etsy. It has been genuinely, I don't mean this in a flippant way at all. I so genuinely am thankful for the conversations that I have, the ideas that we as crafters can share together. It's just such a joy, and I appreciate you. So thank you very much, and I hope I can bring you more content in 2022 that you find interesting also. So here's another one. Let's move to, I'm kind of eyeballing this piece and want to do something with it, but I think I'll wait on that because there was one other piece that's kind of in the same family. So we've been working with fabric and paper, and yesterday I made, some die cuts. This one jumped out at me because it was the same size as this piece of scrap that I happen to have. And I thought, I'm just going to cut off the bottom of this slightly. And I had an idea, so I wanted to show you. You can play with your die cuts even more than we did yesterday and make snippets using your die cuts too. Grunging this up a little bit so it's not so white. And here's what I had in mind. So this is one of those picture booth kind of negative dies, whatever you want to call it. And then I had these stickers. So look at the idea. I'll put them underneath, but we'll put it like this and this. And I thought then like this, a little mushroom and a little bird, all little nature pieces in there. So let's do that. Let's do that. So first I want to cut off a little more of the white that's on our bird here. So see what I mean? I keep even the smallest pieces because sometimes it's all you need is just one little itty bitty. Whoops, that went flying. I sure hope everybody has a great 2022. I know that 2021 has been a trying year for many people, and in so many ways, weather related, illness related. I feel so for Lori Fusco at Lori Girl on the Ridge. One tough cookie. So she's in my prayers. There's just a lot going on in the world these days, and I hope you all are safe and healthy, and if you're going through a trying time, that your family and friends are keeping you close. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first glue this around the edge. And if you get it a little outside the edge, that's okay, because the wonderful thing about our glitter glue is that it does dry clear. Oh my gosh, and of course I'm shaking now when I'm trying to do something. Do you see how much I'm shaking? Oh my gosh. What is my problem? Okay. So what I'm going to do first is just glue our little bunny friend down, and then because he is tacked onto the negative die, that will stick to our base here, and then we've got something to work from and build from, because we can get under here with our glitter glue and glue it. All right, so there's Mr. Bunny. Next, let's get our botanical stamp. And you can get these stickers off Etsy. I know a lot of people get this kind of thing off of like Wish or AliExpress. I don't remember where I specifically got these. I've had these for quite a while. I probably got them off either Wish or Etsy. I'm gonna wait on, am I gonna wait on? Yes, I am gonna wait on that. So let's put this little guy down here. Okay, come on. There we go. And I'm gonna make sure that he is stuck down there good. Okay, so we've got 2 down. Now, I want to, do I want to trim off? Yeah, I don't like all this white either. There we go. Bless my son's heart, he and a friend went and got off of Facebook Marketplace. I bought a sofa table and a couple stools that went with it. And we're in Wisconsin. The items that I bought are in Iowa, in the same town where he goes to school. So he and a friend went and picked them up for me, so now I've got to arrange to go and get them from him. I was afraid that he would get a little growly about me asking him to do that for me, but he didn't. I was kind of impressed. I'm sure he wasn't thrilled about going to a stranger's house to buy a sofa table and a couple stools. I'm gonna paint them. I'm in a home decorating mood all of a sudden. I think it's a new year kind of thing. There's that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is come around and just tack this down. Oh, get down there. Well, I didn't put enough glue down, that's the issue. Wonderful thing about this art glitter glue is that it sticks so quickly. I'm making a mess of my fingers. Okay, let's get up under here. And then I think I've got it. Yep. So this is an interesting little kind of snippet embellishment. A little bit different, but how fun. So I hope this gives you an idea of just getting a bunch of things out. Get your scraps out, play with them, embellish them with whatever you have on hand, whether it's flowers or little images from books or things that you've cut out from scrap paper. That's all that is. Birds that I cut out of books. And I'm missing, here we go, little pieces of the trim that you might have around. Another bird, I'm on a bird kick. This back here is just a piece from an old book. Fabric, this is just fabric, that's not real stamps. So you see, and these are some that I've done before with some other mesh that I have, fabric snippets, buttons, tickets. Here's a scrap from a digital, lace, little pieces of doily, whatever you've got laying around. Have fun with them. I could make these all day long. I think I had you along when I made that. So yeah, have fun. I'm just building up my stash, folks. And I hope that you take the opportunity to get yourself ready to get crafting in the new year. Happy 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe and click like so that you can follow along. It also helps other people to find junk journal gems. Thanks and have a great day.